What would happen if every inch of Antarctica's ice vanished, all at once? A planet-shaking event, powerful enough to rewrite coastlines across every continent.
Just one glacier could flood cities, but Antarctica holds thousands waiting to fall. Iconic cities, New York, Miami, Shanghai, disappear beneath unstoppable walls of water.
If it all melted, global sea levels would rise by nearly 200 feet. Entire nations lose their land, reshaping political borders overnight. 3 billion people forced inland in the largest migration in human history. New heat patterns scorch farmland, collapsing already fragile food systems. With oceans overheating, storms become stronger, larger, and far more unpredictable. Melting freshwater disrupts ocean currents that stabilize Earth's climate.
Antarctica itself transforms into a massive barren continent of stone and lakes.
Ancient organisms locked in ice could reawaken, carrying unknown risks. Revealing mountains, valleys, and secrets buried untouched for millions of years. If Antarctica melted, would humanity adapt or watch the world sink beneath it?
Earth's rotation itself changes as trillions of tons of water redistribute.
A hotter world triggers droughts, igniting massive wildfires across vulnerable regions. Rising seas place hundreds of nuclear facilities at catastrophic risk of flooding. As ice disappears, sunlight heats oceans faster, accelerating global temperature spikes.
Melting ice disrupts shipping lanes, reshaping global trade and supply chains. Hidden melt chambers expand underground, causing unpredictable collapses across the continent.
Redistribution of water subtly alters Earth's spin, affecting satellite orbits.
Transportation networks crumble as vital roads vanish under rising oceans.
Researchers race to measure melt rates, accelerating faster than any modern prediction.
Nations construct colossal defenses in desperate attempts to protect their populations.
Warmer waters bleach coral reefs, destroying marine ecosystems worldwide.
Wildlife migrates toward cooler zones as ancient ecosystems break apart. Rivers form where glaciers once stood, carving new landscapes across Antarctica. Melting ice releases ancient microbes that humanity has never encountered before. Experts warn coastal cities must relocate before permanent flooding becomes unavoidable. Sea level rise amplifies storm surges, turning ordinary storms into coastal disasters.
Flooded coastlines trigger massive power failures, destabilizing energy networks worldwide. Communities abandon homes swallowed by rising tides, creating climate refugees everywhere.
Marine life relocates, threatening fisheries that feed millions of people.
Melting glaciers intensify river floods, overwhelming drainage systems across entire regions.
Agriculture collapses as shifting weather patterns destroy centuries-old farmlands. Critical seaports shut down as water levels exceed operating limits.
Hotter, drier air fuels uncontrollable wildfires across multiple continents.
Entire island nations slowly sink beneath unrelenting ocean forces. Rising temperatures disrupt food supply chains, causing widespread economic instability. Satellites track alarming temperature spikes spreading across oceans and land. Changing climates expand disease zones, exposing billions to new health risks.
Freshwater lakes emerge on Antarctica's surface, altering global sea patterns.
Storm paths shift, striking areas historically safe from extreme weather. Jet streams destabilize, reshaping weather across entire continents.
Urban infrastructure collapses as subway systems drown beneath relentless rising waters. Thawing ice unleashes massive methane bursts, accelerating global warming even further.
Regions once green transform into expanding deserts under extreme temperature shifts.
Rising heat and new diseases push global healthcare systems beyond capacity.
New meltwater rivers reshape landscapes, carving through untouched regions.
Erosion eats away foundations, threatening structures once considered unmovable. Entire underwater ecosystems collapse as rising temperatures wipe out marine habitats. Newly formed wetlands submerge forests, killing millions of trees worldwide.
Ocean heat reaches record levels, amplifying storms and altering monsoon patterns.
Melting in Antarctica triggers similar ice loss across global mountain ranges.
Millions migrate through newly formed dry zones, searching for livable conditions.
Daily high tides become catastrophic events in coastal communities.
Essential airports close permanently as runways vanish underwater.
With ice gone, unknown landscapes emerge.
Earth's borders are rewritten, creating a future drastically different from today's world. Families abandon homes as cities vanish beneath unstoppable waves. A melted Antarctica accelerates Earth's heating, pushing global temperatures past human survival limits. Massive ice shelves disappear forever, removing Earth's natural cooling shield.
Entire coastlines drown, forcing millions into one of history's largest migrations.
Nations scramble for solutions, but the scale of collapse overwhelms global leadership.
As temperatures rise, deserts expand, transforming fertile land into barren wastelands.
Melting permafrost unleashes massive methane bursts, accelerating global warming further.
Ecosystems collapse, forests die, and wildlife faces extinction on a global scale. Coral reefs vanish, removing vital life support for ocean ecosystems. Food shortages erupt as global agriculture collapses under extreme heat and rising seas.
Uncontrollable wildfires sweep continents as heat and drought intensify.
Some countries build massive barriers, desperately trying to hold back the rising ocean.
Megastorms become routine, destroying infrastructure and crippling entire nations. Human civilization faces a new planet, one reshaped forever by Antarctica's melt.
Warmer seas fuel stronger hurricanes, each more destructive than the last.
Transportation networks collapse as underground systems fill with seawater. Meltwater disrupts major ocean currents, altering weather patterns across every continent.
Heat waves reach deadly levels, pushing global infrastructure to its breaking point. Major rivers shrink or vanish, reshaping water resources for billions. Scientists uncover fossils untouched for millions of years beneath Antarctica's ice.
New land emerges beneath the melted ice, revealing long-hidden ancient terrain. Nations compete over new trade routes created by the newly opened waters.
Superpowers accelerate militarization, seeking control over Antarctica's new regions. Vast mineral deposits spark global competition for newly accessible resources.
Resource shortages trigger conflicts, pushing nations toward political instability.
Temporary camps evolve into overcrowded megacities, struggling to survive rising seas.
Countries deploy advanced climate defenses, but few can afford them.
A melted Antarctica leaves future generations with a planet changed forever.
As oceans warm, reef ecosystems collapse, turning vibrant seas into underwater wastelands.
Financial systems struggle as trillions are lost to flooding, migration, and collapsing infrastructure. Glacier collapse speeds up, adding billions of tons of water every day.
Supercomputers run catastrophic simulations, revealing a future far worse than predicted.
Wildlife migrates desperately, seeking temperatures where they can still survive. Some communities adapt, building floating cities designed to survive a drowning world.
Genetic banks attempt to preserve species pushed to extinction by climate collapse.
Once thriving skyscrapers stand empty, swallowed by relentless rising tides. Superstorms grow larger than any recorded, reshaping coastlines in hours.
Rising temperatures allow ancient and new diseases to spread across continents. Orbiting reflectors attempt to reduce sunlight, but results remain unpredictable. Atmospheric injection trials create artificial clouds to cool Earth temporarily. Nations invest in mega-scale technology aiming to cool the planet artificially.
World leaders argue over who controls geoengineering in a changing climate.
Transportation systems vanish beneath water, isolating entire regions for months.
Electrical grids collapse, causing continent-wide blackouts as seawater destroys infrastructure. Forests struggle to survive extreme heat and unpredictable rainfall, accelerating ecosystem collapse.
Newly exposed valleys reveal ancient rivers unseen for millions of years.
With Antarctica gone, Greenland melts faster, adding even more water to rising seas. Humanity develops new crops engineered to survive extreme weather and rising temperatures. Even engineered barriers eventually fail against rising seas and relentless storms.
Island nations disappear completely, creating stateless populations overnight.
Changing pressure and shifting weight cause Earth's crust to fracture unpredictably.
Desalination becomes essential as fresh water sources disappear worldwide. Space agencies monitor the transformed planet from orbit, searching for stabilization signs.
Survival demands reinvention as humanity adapts to a radically transformed world. Future cities rise above the waterline, engineered to survive next-century sea levels. Personal climate gear becomes common as temperatures reach dangerous highs. Human migration reshapes global demographics as billions move inland for survival. Gigantic new lakes form where ice once stood, reshaping Antarctica's landscape forever.
Massive ancient canyons emerge, deeper than the Grand Canyon, hidden for millions of years.
Mountain ranges buried under ice for ages finally reveal their peaks to the world.
Altered ocean currents disrupt marine life, fisheries, and global weather cycles. Ancient forests, perfectly preserved, offer clues to Earth's prehistoric climate. Storm seasons intensify, with each year bringing more violent megastorms.
Flooded coastal cities become underwater museums of a world lost to rising seas. Marine species vanish from warming oceans, devastating fishing communities worldwide. Humanity designs climate-dome cities, offering controlled environments for future survival. Renewable energy becomes vital as nations race to power a warming planet sustainably.
Population centers shift toward the poles as equatorial zones become unlivable.
Future models show Antarctica evolving into a green, habitable continent over centuries. Reforestation becomes a global mission, aiming to restore balance in a damaged world. As climate stabilizes, new species migrate to Antarctica, beginning a new ecological chapter.
Earth emerges changed, but humanity's resilience shapes the future of this new planet.
Freshwater floods the seas, disrupting centuries-old ocean circulation.
Coral reefs collapse as salinity and temperatures swing wildly.
Massive new storms form where cold and warm oceans now collide.
Urban infrastructure crumbles under unstoppable water pressure.
Millions migrate inland, seeking higher, safer ground.
Dry regions suddenly bloom as global rainfall patterns shift.
New instruments track ocean rise hour by hour, never seen before.
Entire nations lose land faster than they can measure.
Old microbes awaken, some harmless, some still unknown.
Lost ecosystems reappear, telling forgotten stories of Earth's past. Heat rises dramatically as bright ice turns to dark sea.
Sea defenses buckle. Nature pushes harder than engineering planned. Warmer climates fuel fires that reshape entire regions.
Warmer climates fuel fires that reshape entire regions.
Nations invest in floating cities to survive the rising tides. A melted Antarctica means a world permanently rewritten. As ice retreats, the continent itself begins to fracture.
New rivers form in days, Land that was frozen for ages now flows. Freshwater lakes emerge, altering the continent's entire ecology.
Suddenly navigable seas invite exploration and exploitation.
Countries rush to seize rare metals hidden beneath ancient ice.
Human activity accelerates environmental shifts already in motion.
Without ice's weight, dormant volcanoes begin to breathe again.
Tectonic instability triggers quakes across the southern hemisphere.
Melt spreads globally. Greenland and glaciers follow Antarctica's lead.
Cities adapt with towering defenses, but they won't hold forever.
Mass migrations reshape borders, economies, and entire cultures. Humanity turns to engineered ecosystems for survival.
Humanity faces a planet transformed by one irreversible event.
Even supercomputers struggle to forecast a world without Antarctica's ice.
Ancient methane escapes, accelerating the planet's fever. Warm oceans lose oxygen, suffocating marine life. Jellyfish thrive where once complex ecosystems ruled.
Jet streams break the old paths, reshaping global weather.
Rain replaces snowfall, carving the continent into unfamiliar shapes. Freshwater systems overflow as oceans invade upstream. New clues emerge about life that flourished before the ice.
No region is safe. Earth's ice reserves collapse together.
Species long extinct reveal the continent's forgotten past.
Innovation surges as engineers race nature's deadline. Desalination becomes essential as freshwater sources fail.
AI tracks every shift, predicting seconds before humans react. Nations build climate-proof shelters for long-term survival. Entire regions vanish into the sea, gone for generations.
A melted Antarctica marks the dawn of a new and uncertain world.
Ancient coastlines drown, leaving ghost forests beneath the waves. With more evaporation, superstorms grow larger than ever seen. Revealed waterways tell stories of a warm, prehistoric Antarctica.
Without reflective ice, the continent now accelerates global warming.
Marine life escapes the heat. Entire ecosystems relocate.
Detached mega icebergs threaten shipping routes worldwide.
Freshwater scarcity pushes governments into survival mode policies. Experimental geoengineering rises as humanity fights the inevitable.
Shorelines crumble as land gives way to relentless waves.
Civilization adapts, transforming disaster into innovation.
Floating megacities become the new frontier for survival.
Tropical zones become uninhabitable as temperatures soar.
Evacuations become automate. AI predicts danger before it strikes. In time, life returns to Antarctica, but in a world unlike ours.
A melted Antarctica doesn't end humanity. It forces our evolution.
Trade routes collapse as ports sink beneath unstoppable tides.
The last ancient glaciers vanish. Earth enters a new geological era.
Food chains strain as heat outpaces agriculture's limits.
Machines take over food production to adapt faster than humans can.
Roadways once busy with life become submerged memories.
Nature rewrites its instincts as climates shift continent-wide.
Orbiting sensors reveal oceans heating faster than predictions.
The ocean's rainforests fade, taking thousands of species with them.
Humanity fights back with towering structures built above the floodline. Even the world's strongest defenses retreat from nature's advance.
Population shifts redraw the world's demographic landscape.
Regions reborn by sudden rainfall reshape continents.
Education adapts. Future generations prepare for a changed Earth.
Science evolves. Research moves onto the water it once studied.
Humanity survives, but the world it inherits is nothing like before. Humanity adapts with floating highways and amphibious vehicles.
Geologists uncover minerals and fossils hidden for millions of years.
Extreme heat ignites mega fires, reshaping ecosystems in weeks.
Maps no longer reflect old coastlines. Entire nations vanish underwater.
Personal climate adaptation becomes essential for survival.
AI logistics save lives in areas humans cannot reach.
Equatorial regions experience storms larger than any recorded in history.
Renewable energy is crucial to sustain humanity's survival.
Cities reinvent themselves to produce their own food.
Reforestation begins the slow healing of a changed world.
Life slowly returns to once barren polar landscapes.
Science resurrects glimpses of the past to understand adaptation.
2 centuries later, humanity survives on a world transformed forever. Humanity monitors every change, learning to coexist with new conditions. Civilization rises above the flood, creating new urban networks.
Humanity experiments with submerged cities to escape surface chaos.
Engineers convert rising seas into fresh water for survival.
Historical records show how rapidly humanity lost control. Climate technology brings rainfall to the world's driest regions. Mass migrations reshape global populations forever. Antarctica's secrets rewrite the story of Earth's prehistoric past.
Nations reposition defenses along their new coastlines.
New marine ecosystems emerge from destruction.
Millions find new homes on engineered floating nations.
Climate command centers coordinate survival strategies worldwide.
Wildlife evolves and spreads into territories once frozen solid. Transport networks adapt to connect a reshaped world.
Antarctica slowly transforms into a land of forests and rivers.
A changed planet, but one humanity still calls home. Humanity turns to towering vertical farms to secure future food.
Nations unite, driven by the urgency of a transformed world.
Aviation reshapes itself with floating airstrips above rising seas. Oceans become Earth's largest untapped power source.
Billions move toward cooler regions, reshaped by new climates.
Ancient subglacial lakes reveal unknown microbial species. Even megastructures face collapse against unstoppable forces.
AI robotics maintain the new marine-based civilization.
Humanity preserves lost species, hoping one day to restore balance. Buildings evolve into hybrid structures built to withstand both land and sea.
Humanity reorganizes around survival, not borders.
Life adapts to the new oceans faster than expected.
Education evolves to prepare the next generation for a different planet.
Space-based climate engineering attempts to cool vulnerable zones. Humanity redefines leadership as survival demands unity.
Bioluminescent crops become sustainable energy sources.
New trade routes form across floating networks on rising seas. Meltwater carves new rivers across the once frozen continent. Megasystems convert seawater into lifelines for billions. Inflatable barriers protect remaining coastal infrastructure.
Prehistoric microbes challenge modern science and medicine.
Heat waves reshape global migration and agriculture patterns.
Nature shifts in unpredictable ways as ecosystems reorganize.
Medical ships become sanctuaries for displaced populations.
A land rush begins for the world's newest territory.
Antarctica evolves into an ecosystem unseen for 40 million years.
Space becomes humanity's pressure valve for overcrowded Earth.
Loss of ice weight triggers new seismic activity patterns. Advanced models guide humanity through an uncertain tomorrow.
Floating migrations reshape the social fabric of nations.
A global satellite net watches storms before they form.
Once frozen deserts become fertile land, rich with life.
Allowance. Engineers attempt to tame the relentless rise of world oceans.
Entire cities become underwater museums of a forgotten age.
Evolution accelerates as oceans reshape biological frontiers.
Human identity evolves as cultures merge under necessity.
The continent reveals its long-hidden geological skeleton. Humanity decentralizes agriculture to survive harsh new climates.
Simulations show a planet in constant transformation.
Defense forces adapt to a world ruled by water.
Hidden caverns expose Earth's ancient, untouched secrets.
The warm Earth beneath Antarctica becomes humanity's power source.
Flora evolves rapidly in freshly thawed soils.
The future of Earth rests in the hands of intelligence beyond human limits. Antarctica becomes the world's largest hub for renewable energy.
Trade shifts dramatical as once frozen oceans fully open. Freshwater lakes reshape the continent's weather systems.
Architecture evolves to withstand a planet in constant motion.
Scientists uncover scars from catastrophic events long buried.
Aerial giants return as practical transport for a reshaped world.
The oceans reveal violent power hidden for thousands of years.
Human strength amplifies through machines to rebuild society.
Hydrological systems form entirely new landscapes.
New marine life creates glowing wonders across the world's oceans.
Tiny species become the first settlers of a thawing continent.
A symbol of unity emerges above rising seas. Advanced sensors track every shift in Earth's fragile climate.
A transformed planet, yet still filled with hope, resilience, and life.
These early travelers mastered rivers, using simple canoes to explore lands far beyond their homes.
Rivers became natural highways, guiding families, traders, and hunters through unknown territories. They marked routes with symbols, preserving knowledge for future generations of travelers.
Travel often followed migrating animals, ensuring food and guiding tribes through seasonal paths.
They crafted strong vines into ropes, enabling journeys through rugged and dangerous landscapes. Storms forced travelers to adapt, teaching them patience, timing, and the power of nature. Volcanic regions were harsh, but they pushed forward, driven by survival and exploration.
Endless grasslands tested endurance, yet offered abundant animals and new seasonal pathways. Knowledge of constellations passed through generations, becoming the earliest form of celestial navigation.
They often traveled by night, using stars and moonlight to stay hidden from predators.
They built natural signposts, simple but effective tools guiding travelers safely across vast distances.
Teamwork was essential. Unity kept them alive against powerful rivers and unpredictable currents.
In high mountains, cold winds slowed their pace, demanding strength and unwavering determination. They prepared tools before every travel, ensuring protection and readiness for unknown dangers.
After long journeys, discovery of fertile land meant safety, growth, and a hopeful new beginning.
Foraging along the journey provided vital nutrition, keeping travelers energized across difficult routes.
Over still waters, rafts glided smoothly, carrying families toward new and promising lands.
They built sturdy rafts, allowing long-distance travel across lakes and wide rivers safely.
Following massive herds ensured food, shelter clues, and natural direction through changing seasons. They climbed dunes to read the land ahead, searching for water and animal tracks.
Finding shelter meant survival. Shared water kept the group alive through scorching heat.
Fire-shaped and strengthened tools, allowing travelers to survive unpredictable landscapes and challenges.
Jungles challenged travelers with dense growth, hidden predators, and endless humidity.
Finding shelter meant survival. Shared water kept the group alive through scorching heat.
Their stone tools cleared paths, opening new routes through overgrown wilderness.
At night, firelit camps protected them from dangers and brought moments of peace. They probed swampy terrain carefully, preventing deadly missteps in deep, hidden mud.
Tropical rains came suddenly, forcing travelers to shield tools, food, and fire. Reaching open ground brought relief, signaling progress and renewed hope for the journey ahead.
Swamps slowed their pace, yet travelers pushed forward, determined to reach safer land. Smoke signaled other groups nearby, danger, opportunity, or the unknown ahead. They left carved markers, guiding others through wild landscapes and uncharted trails.
High vantage points allowed them to plan routes and avoid unseen threats.
Canyons amplified every sound, making communication both easier and riskier.
Steep passes demanded courage, as one misstep meant deadly falls below. Slow, careful descent brought them closer to fertile lands below. The valley promised water, shelter, and resources needed for survival. They secured paths for others, leaving safer routes for future journeys. Stored water prepared them for long stretches with no reliable sources ahead.
Fresh springs were sacred lifelines, restoring strength after harsh journeys.
Resting in safe valleys offered warmth, food, and moments of community.
Carved symbols preserved knowledge, ensuring no traveler walked blind into danger.
Food shared together boosted morale, strengthening unity for the path ahead.
Guided by stars, they prepared for another day on their endless journey.
Knowledge passed down ensured future generations could survive the wild world.
With renewed strength, they prepared for the final stretch of their ancient journey.
From the hilltop, a new world appeared, rich, open, and full of promise.
They reached the land they long sought, safe, fertile, and ready for new beginnings. Here, they built the roots of civilization, where struggle transformed into survival. And through their children, their journey lived on, shaping generations yet unborn.
From travelers to founders, their footsteps carved the first chapter of human destiny.